Hello, so these are the computing keywords that I'd like you to learn for Monday. You're going to be tested on your understanding of the keywords for the first part of the lesson on Monday. Now, I don't want you to worry about it. I don't want you to be scared about it, okay? It's just keywords that I want you to start using in my lessons, okay, whilst you do computer science, okay? Because correct terminology is very important. Right, so the keywords that you're going to learn are going to be loop, algorithm, Boolean, which you're familiar with, binary, which you're familiar with, and two keywords that I do not have slides for because I'm going to drop them into the conversation, okay, is execute and execution. So listen out for those, okay? Now, so first one is loop. So here's a loop. So a loop, as it says here, is a computer program where the instructions with loop are repeated over and over until there's a condition. So that condition may be, for example, you might ask the computer to display numbers 1 to 10, and it will stop at number 10 because the condition has been met. Okay, so you said, please count 1 to 10 and then stop at 10. So it cannot go to 11 because you told it to stop. Okay. Now, there are different types of loops that we will learn throughout the course of the year, but the one loop that you will be familiar with already is the forever loop using a microbit. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm going to show you this piece of code here. So it's on start, show icon sad face, then show icon happy face. Okay, now, so I'm going to download this code here, and that's done. And then I'm going to put this into my microbit, okay, which you're familiar with after today's lesson, or Friday's lesson, whenever you're watching this video. So send to microbit, and there we go. So here, while it's loading, I'm going to show you on the camera what happens. So you should already know what happens is a happy face and a sad face, and it's done. Okay, so now what happens if I take this out of the on start? I'll put this in the forever. Okay, so I'm going to remove start, I'm going to put in forever, I'm going to download my code again and show you here. So it's done. Go to downloads. There we are, download number 22. Send to microbit. Okay, so now what you can see is the code is about to be executed. So what you can see is now it's running. So we don't say the microbit is running, we say the code is being executed. Okay, so it has successfully executed the code, and it will execute the code, what it says here, forever, a continuous loop. So as you can see, when we used the on start, it executed the code once, okay, because we said on start, do this, then that was it, the condition was met. Now you can see there is no end to this condition. This condition loops constantly, goes round, happy face, sad face, happy face, sad face, and it will continue to execute that code forever. Okay, right. Next thing what we're doing is here, algorithms. Now, algorithms are just simply another word for instructions. Okay, and algorithms are the instructions that the computer will execute. Now, as a human being, you can interpret instructions and you can problem solve. Okay, so for example, making a cup of tea. So you do not need to be told how to make a cup of tea because you know how to make a cup of tea. And you know, if there was a problem with these instructions here, okay, you will know what to do. So if you was a computer, a robot, you would fill the kettle, heat the water, has the water boiled, and you continue to go around this loop and wait for the water to be boiled. Now, you can see here that there may be some instructions missing, but you know as a human being that while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, you would get the cup out of the cupboard, you would put the tea bag into the cup, maybe add sugar if you want it, and so on. But a computer cannot do that. It can only execute the algorithms that you have given it. Now, here is an example, okay, from Big Bang Theory, where basically Sheldon is a human computer, okay? So what Sheldon has done is Sheldon doesn't know how to make friends. So Sheldon has created an algorithm on how to make friends. Let's watch it. So as you can see here, Sheldon actually cannot think for himself because he is a computer. So he's going round and around and around this loop, and he cannot actually make a suggestion himself. And that will be the same with the computer. The computer can only literally follow the instructions that you've given it, the same as Sheldon. Okay, next thing, as you know, is binary. Now, let's explain this joke. There are 10 kinds of people in the world. Those who do not who understand binary code and those who don't. Now, you should already have been shouting at the screen, no, Miss Price, it is not 10 kinds of people in the world. It is 0, 1, because we read binary right to left. Okay? And we should know from my previous lessons with you, okay, that it's not 10, it's 0, 1, and 0, 1 is what number? And you should have shouted at your screen 2, Miss Price, because this is how we work out binary. Now, I know these are not all the numbers here, okay, right, but if I put 0 there, okay, and oops, I've done that wrong, haven't I? Okay, I hope you pointed out my mistake there. Whoops. Okay, so if I put 0 there and 1 there, you should know that equals 2. So there are 2 kinds of people in this world, those who do understand binary and those who don't understand binary. Okay, and we're in the group that do. So now, as you know, 1 represents the circuit is on, okay, and 0 represents that the circuit is off, okay. So we are familiar with that. So when it comes to binary, our circuits are switched on, okay. Last thing, Boolean, okay, Boolean. Now we should be familiar with this. Boolean just simply has 2 answers, on, off, true, false, okay. On, off, true, false, male, female, okay, just 2 answers, and that is it. Boolean is logical, okay. It's on or it's off. The light switch is on or it's off, okay. So now Boolean is very, very simple. So it's an expression, okay. So if we look at our Boolean logic gates, which I set you for homework, you'll get to understand that even more. But for now, is all you need to know for Boolean is on or off. Now let's have a quick recap. Okay, so the code is being what? Okay, so if I run my code, so for example here, if I decide that I'm going to, oops, why is it not letting me drag this in? There we go. Sorry, it's my mouse, it's hypersensitive. So I need to go and get my loop here, okay, because I want it to run forever. So imagine this as binary or Boolean or bitmaps, okay, we're drawing our own image here. Okay, so I'm just going to put all these lights on, okay, it's not going to make anything in particular. Okay, so now As you can see, this is running here. No, I hope you said it's not running, Miss Price. It is executing. Okay, so we're executing the code. So when the code is running, it is executing. And when the code has run, it has been executed. Okay, if you're about to run the code, you're not about to run the code. You're about to execute the code. Okay. Now, a set of instructions that the computer knows are, hope you said algorithms, Miss Price. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 0 is what? Hope you said binary, Miss Price. Okay, so hope that was simple and easy to follow, and you should rock the test on Monday. Best of luck.